Hello, I am glad you are here. I'm Dr. Kimberly Garver, member of the Department of Radiology at Michigan Medicine. I am here on behalf of my wonderful colleagues, Dr. Catherine Maturin, an outstanding leader in radiology in our department, and Dr. Amy Young from the Ross Business School and Center for Positive Organizations at the University of Michigan. We were fortunate to have 3 undergraduate students assist us in this project, which was funded by a grant from the Michigan Medicine Wellness Office. This is a series of 16 short, 10-minute modules based on the seminal book by Dr. Kim Cameron entitled Positively Energizing Leadership. Dr. Kim Cameron is one of 3 founders of the Center for Positive Organizations, which is trying to change the world of work into a more life-affirming, humane place, while at the same time producing often dramatically higher performance. We have one introductory module that shares the principles of what positive energizing leadership is and what it can do. The next 15 modules discuss one leadership attribute that was found across many different industries to be empirically validated to improve workplace well-being and performance. The great news is that each of these attributes and behaviors are easily accessible, can be learned, are free, and require no additional staff or resources. Today, we will be discussing the 6th attribute, the importance of investing in developing personal relationships. Let's get started. Positive, energizing leaders show interest in the whole person by taking time to get to know about the person's life outside of work. They invest in developing personal relationships with those at work. In contrast, de-energizing leaders are those who only care about what the person brings to work. They don't invest in developing relationships with those at work. Positively energizing leaders know and understand the importance of getting to know people as whole people and spend time investing in these relationships at all levels. Those leaders who only know people by what they can do for them at work, by their titles and functions, are de-energizing. A study at the University of Kansas found that it takes about 50 hours of socializing to go from an acquaintance to a friend, an additional 40 hours to become a real friend, and a total of 200 hours to become a close friend. Similar to our checking accounts, our emotional and relationship bank accounts also need careful attention and management. To stay healthy in our relationships, we need to make more deposits than withdrawals and provide for a very good reserve. The magic ratio seems to be at least 5 deposits for every withdrawal, or 5 positive interactions or more for every negative one to keep the relationship healthy. This has been demonstrated to be true in marriage, relationships, and team research. Stable marriages during conflict have a 5-to-1 ratio, while unstable marriages during conflict have a ratio of less than 1. High-performing teams have over 5 positive comments for every negative comment, compared to low-performing teams, where the ratio is also less than 1. Knowing how to recognize and handle a crucial conversation is a critical skill to minimize costly withdrawals in your relationship bank accounts. This book is now in its 3rd edition, published in 2022, and is also available as a workshop through faculty development. If you haven't read or taken the course, I would highly recommend it. You can also start by watching this introductory video by one of the authors explaining the concept and how important handling a crucial conversation is to maintaining healthy relationships. We know we're in a crucial conversation when the stakes are high, the emotions are high, and the people involved have a difference of opinions. The first step of a crucial conversation is to understand where you are at personally, emotionally. Do you really want what is best for yourself and the other person? If not, take some time and space to reflect and come back to this later. You really need to start by understanding your own heart. You can also minimize emotion in this situation by finding goals that you both can share. What do you both want? Be clear on what you want for yourself and the other person, such as you want to get to a mutually agreed upon solution. And also what you don't want. You don't want to cause harm or hard feelings. Have the courage to stay in dialogue. Don't go to the extremes of either shutting down or getting angry and walking away. This is important and is called either silence or violence. You may need to take a healthy break and come back, but make the commitment to finish the dialogue. The STATE acronym is one of the most useful tools I have found, and I use it frequently, especially when I'm up against a crucial conversation. S means you're going to share the facts, so you're going to just stick with the facts as you saw them. T means to tell your story. What story were you telling yourself? What meaning, what assumptions were you making when you saw those facts play out? A is for ask. Ask the other person to share how they viewed the facts and what was their story. What were they telling themselves? T means to watch your tone and your body language. And E means to encourage testing. Summarize and reflect what you heard and correct if needing. Check in with the other person. This is how I heard it. Am I correct? Here are some practical tips and tricks about how to make more deposits into somebody's account. Be genuinely interested when listening to others. Listen to really understand, not to make your point. Learn people's names and their faces. This matters a lot to people. Keep a notebook of important events in people's lives and check in on those dates. Send cards to celebrate happy moments in difficult times. Lighten things up with humor, but do it carefully. Express caring, empathy, and compassion in your words and body language, and follow through on your promises. Here are some additional tips and tricks. These are to limit or minimize your withdrawals. Know when to apologize and do it sincerely. Explain how you're going to fix it. Ask how you can help solve a problem you may have created or contributed to. Have the courage to be truthful with someone while honoring and respecting them. Learn the tools of successful conflict resolution, such as in the Crucial Conversations trainings, and increase your EQ with emotional intelligence by additional reading and training. If you have time, break into small groups to discuss these questions over the next 15 to 20 minutes. Small groups are best kept to 4 to 6 people maximum. Please assign one person in the group to report insights learned from the small group back to the larger group when we return. What did you learn that resonated with you? What did you learn that challenged or surprised you? What suggestion will you implement for yourself? What suggestion might you implement in your work setting with others? What else came up?